Who's gonna start the show? I'm done doing that.
This is a great start to every episode.
Welcome to National Prayer Breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, that's actually, yeah. From here on out, just get right in there.
Just get right up into the microphone.
These are skills that I didn't know you possessed. You want to do?
Who else wants a go?
Howdy, folks. Welcome to National Prayer Breakfast. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. It's Sunday here.
We got our Sunday service going on.
National Prayer.
Oh, this is an illegal substance. This
Are they finally banned?
Yeah.
Can
Aren't
you not
they?
buy them? I've been buying them.
Oh.
Down at my local
Well, we're
Quick Trip.
we're kind of outlaws.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But I think that's why I'm like just constantly coughing all the time.
Yeah, well, it did, by the way, get banned because it
Yeah.
was killing people, I think.
Me and Cardi B, you know, I'm going to be posted up with her.
Was she a big jeweler?
Yeah, she had to get like surgery.
Oh, fuck.
She had the jewel.
I think it's the fruity flavored ones.
Well, luckily, you see, I'm tried and true. I go with the 5% Virginia tobacco.
Yeah.
You know, just stick straight to the cigarette.
Yeah, it was like the cotton candy and shit was,
Those were good, though. I tried to, like, switch to, I was like, okay, I don't want to smoke a Juul. That's the thing. Like, I feel like a fucking idiot smoking one, too.
Yeah.
And so I was like, but I like the convenience of it in the house when I'm at work. So I go to the gas station and I'm like trying to, or like the smoke shop, and I'm like trying to look at other e-cigs or whatever. And they're all just like obnoxious and ridiculous and like light up and like fucking tweet when you
like
puff it. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah.
I brought this, but I actually don't use it.
Does that have
regularly.
nicotine in it?
I got the lowest amount. It doesn't make me feel good.
Yeah,
It really makes me feel worse.
that sucks.
Oh, well.
So, I do
hope
like
I
the
didn't
clouds of
taste
smoke, though. I guess I could get one without nicotine.
Yeah.
Or just not do it.
No, fuck that.
There's always that.
Life's too short.
Keith, are you?
Well, my
gonna-
life is I'm already burning the candle at both ends a little bit. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Keith, what about?
Why is that, Keith?
What about the prayer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
All right. We're going to start our prayer.
wait.
Can you put that out? You fucking
this is
addict.
fucking during a prayer.
That's so disrespectful.
All right. Dear Lord Jesus, we thank you for the blessings you have bestowed upon us and this food that you have given us to nourish our bodies. As you may know, Jesus, food was in fact created as a form of nourishment for humans and other creatures under your dominion, and not for, as some of us are still learning, pleasure. Whether that be the pleasures of gluttony, of the mouth, or other pleasures. And especially as we enter into this autumn season, we ask that you help those who struggle with unnatural, lustful desires to grab a sharp knife and carve a hole into a pumpkin and insert their member into said pumpkin. That you just strengthen them, Lord. Strengthen them in your will to resist.
Strengthen.
Putting their body parts,
Their members
meant for your glory, into food, or inserting food into themselves, as some are wont to do.
Sweaty.
And just that new food.
Sorry, my hand's sweaty.
I'm done holding hands with you.
Wait, we hold hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And we ask that you allow that food to instead nourish their body in your name, Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.
Aspir say.
A nomine Patre, es Filii, et Spiritus Sanctus. Amen.
All right.
Amen. I loved it.
Yeah.
That was good. We needed that. That's how we need to start our mornings.
I think it's a pretty decent way to start.
Well, I've really been zeroing in on the issue of just depraved liberals ruining the world.
We're doing a rebranding.
I'm sick of getting treaded on, and I'm sick of the
Groomers?
Yeah, like the LBJT community. They're clawing at my door at night, just won't give me a moment's rest. These lesbian teachers trying to inculcate my children with their nonsense. I want my teachers, I prefer them to be sucking dicks. I want my teachers, she better be sucking huge fat cocks if she's going to teach my children
Big
shit.
members.
And she better just be fucking wrecked by dicks. Or I don't want her teaching my kids, frankly. So
Yeah.
that's something I've been very passionate about recently.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's brave. A lot of people are, afraid to say these things. Most of us think them all the, or think about this sort of thing.
Sure.
Well, I just think that we just need to get back to teaching about the God and the Holy Spirit back in our schools. And then maybe...
fucking men.
Then maybe we could go and we could finally win this war with God on our side.
Did you guys hear that?
And our children will be better.
Did you guys hear that Mike Huckabee has a new children's book? Do you know who Mike Huckabee is,
No.
Olivia?
Mansplain.
Mike Hucklefuckabee. He does have a very much like a Hobbit name.
Yeah.
Like Frodo, Baggins, Samwise Gamgee.
Yes. Huckabee Underhill.
Yeah. Michael Huckaduck. He really thought the American people were going to elect someone with the last name Huckafuckaduckabee. No. We want Trump, Biden, Obama, Clinton. Like, these sound like real names.
Yeah.
Huckle Buckle.
Mike Huckabee.
This is President Hucklefuck my Uncle Duckabee.
Michael Dale Huckabee is an American politician.
Mike Huckabee.
Baptist men. Oh, this fuck. Yeah. Okay.
Well, you might know
44th governor of Arkansas. Show some respect, please.
You might know his daughter, Sarah Huckleduckabuckabee.
Oh yeah, isn't she
Sanders.
fun?
Who,
Yeah,
what did she do?
She was the front man for for the Trump administration.
She was the
Jesus Christ.
press secretary.
Press secretary. Yeah.
Why?
Because she's awesome.
Yeah.
And Mike Huckabee is amazing as well. She's fun to look at.
She was a good choice for the press secretary because she would not belong on Fox News.
Sure.
If you know what I mean.
What does she look like?
Not like a Fox News host.
She doesn't have what it takes.
Can you show me a picture? We have the internet right there.
All right, wait, hang on. Okay, you want to see Sarah Huckabee?
Yes.
Sarah Huckabee
So
Sanders.
she has a strange heat to her that I can't really
Is she married
put
to
my
a
finger
Sanders?
on.
She
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a political Sanders?
She's someone with the last name
Huckabee.
Sanders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Oh yeah, you ain't going on the TV. Yeah, you ain't on. Oh no. No.
Can you imagine if she replaced Megyn Kelly?
Yeah. I'd be like, what's with Roger?
Yeah, Roger Stone's definitely dead.
I was referring to Roger Ailes. But,
Or that's what I meant, Roger Ailes.
She looks like someone I went to high school with.
so she is the archetype of a child of a monster who is just a joyless sycophant to her dad, I think.
Yeah.
Kind of a McCain story.
Donald Trump Jr.
Donald Trump Jr.
Well, Meghan McCain really, she does have her own personality, separate.
but sure, her personality is being a brat.
Her personality is a cunt. No offense. I say that with peace and love, Meghan.
Yeah. We're not throwing shade.
We'll throw this up.
We have
no offense, Megan, if you're watching this. No offense, but you are
offense to any
such
Megan.
a dumb bitch.
Hey, at least you're in the New York Times fashion. Like,
Oh yeah.
I have a lot of dog hair in my mouth right now. So I apologize.
I'm down.
I actually kind of like to think of myself as the Megan McCain of this podcast.
Who am I?
That's weird because we thought of you the same
Yeah,
as well.
like people
we just
are
never said it.
People are gonna hate me, but I'm also the reason they watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Joy Behar. I'm so Joy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't watch the television, so I don't know who any of
Well,
y'all
this
are
is
talking
another.
about.
This is another throwback to our another update to our Bruce Springsteen conversation the other day.
He's Jewish?
Not Jewish.
Oh.
That is in fact true. Also not Jewish. Joy Behar. Not Jewish.
Joy Behar.
Also,
well, I need
wait.
to know who she is to understand.
So
Who's this guy?
So this is a Mike Huckabee book called The Kid's Guide to Fighting Socialism. I don't know if this is real.
I want to.
I'm
Can
sure
I
it
send
is.
that? Let's send that to someone.
I want to make sure it's real. It seems like it's real. But yeah, okay, yes. All right. So he has some other good ones though, like Trump for Kids, the Mike. Okay.
I just love it. You know.
Horton, here's a hoax. So
What?
Okay, so if you don't know, if you haven't paid attention to right wing politics ever,
Wait,
then
isn't
you might
that like
not know.
copyright infringement?
Probably.
Okay, so if you haven't paid attention to right wing politics for the past however many years, and you don't know, Republicans have a respect for Dr. Seuss that they trust Dr. Seuss more
Yeah.
than anything.
Did it come out he was a pedophile
No.
or something?
I don't know.
No, he
was drawing
did. No,
dicks
he
or
said
something in the-
no. He said some like he had some cartoons.
He had a drawing
that, were very,
that was like of an Asian that was like not
Stereo-
appropriate.
and he
for now.
apologized for it later
Okay.
too.
Yeah. But basically what happened with all that is the Dr.
What did he
Seuss
do?
company...
What did he just like?
Oh, no, it was just like an Asian drawing that was like a caricature, like lines for eyes and a rice patty hat kind of thing, you know what I mean?
That is fucked up.
No, yeah, and... well, Liv, this is a good time to ask, do you believe in stop Asian hate or stop all hate?
Stop Asian hate.
Stop Asian hate?
Yeah.
Would you say you believe in Black Lives Matter or Black Trans Lives Matter?
Oh fuck.
These are like the ACT questions. Do you believe in Black Trans Lives Matter or stop Asian trans hate?
Fuck. Black Trans Lives Matter?
Yeah, that's the right choice.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, we have a winner. No, I support them all.
I have one for you, Keith. Are you all
Wait.
cops are bastards, or are you all cops are bastards except for Kamala?
Yeah, definitely the latter.
So
I think she's a boss bitch.
I used to post like a cab all the
pretty neat.
time, and I have like an in-law family member that's actually been like exiled, but her husband, who's actually the family member, he was a cop here in like Overland Park or something, Olathe.
Yeah.
And she would be like, "What's that mean?" And I'd just be like, "All cops are bastards, including your husband."
It's particularly your husband.
She fucking sucked.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, well, I think the first episode I was on, we got into defund the police, but I actually misspoke.
Yeah.
I meant I was posting about abolish the police. In fact, I think I was posting things like, abolish the police doesn't go far enough. You know, like...
Yeah.
I was like, we've got to execute them all. So I've softened on that.
Cut their heads off.
Yeah. I have some real radical tendencies.
No, I still think that.
I probably-
Fuck the police.
Yeah, fuck them for sure. I just don't see myself really putting in the time to I don't know.
Yeah.
My goal for this podcast is for a clip of you to appear on Tucker Carlson. By the way. Is there any way that we could, like, kind of make that happen?
I'll do some
Can we do a deal with the devil? Be like, hey, we have a gay...
Yes, there's a spell for that.
We have a gay
It is
cowboy.
October, the veil is thinning.
We have a gay Antifa.
Well, do you think I should go on there and be like, sort of like a Tulsi Gabbard and just be like, no, Tucker, you're right. The gays are out. Let me speak as one of them. They are out of fucking control. Which actually, to be fair, that's kind of my opinion. I mean,
whoa,
that's kind of what's the.
Is this just your opinion when you're dressed like that, though? That's my question.
I definitely get influenced by my outfit.
I mean, don't we all just a little bit?
Me too.
Yeah, if I was wearing like a vibrant color, I'd be like, period, bitch.
But today, darling.
One of the fun things about being a gay is you're really. People think that because some gay men are feminine that they're more domesticated than your average man, or a bit more well behaved, but they're really just as disgusting.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, they respect each other more than men respect women.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, I remember I was talking to two of my girlfriends, and they're like, "Yeah, I hate when like a guy comes on your face," and I was like, "Oh, that's weird. I've never had a guy ask me," and they're like, "They don't ask." I was like, "Oh, that's right. You guys they're like, women are treated like shit." But, gay men kind of behave how straight men would behave if they could. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like, because gay men, like, dating, like, so a lot of straight people talk about Tinder, like, it's the Wild West, like, it's so crazy, but if you just get on Grindr for a day, like, it's out of fucking control.
Oh my god, yes.
People, like, it's like they're ordering a pizza. They're like, how big's your dick? How tall are you? What skin color? You know, like, and, or they'll just send you a picture of their asshole just, like, before they say a word to you.
Just like, here's my gaping pussy,
asshole,
you know?
and you're just like, well,
Badussy.
I want to fucking throw up.
Shout out Betty.
So, you know.
Yeah. I've seen the Grindr. It's fucking wild.
I should just go on Tucker Carlson and just, like, talk about how fucked up Grindr is.
Yeah.
Tucker, let me tell you.
Do they have, like,
Tucker, you might be familiar.
Do they have religious gay dating apps, do you think? Like Catholic gays?
Oh, God.
Surely.
Come
that
for
must
you or
exist.
something like that? Like you know.
Catholic gays.
Christian Grindr, maybe? Like, is that what I should search?
There's no E.
Like,
Yeah.
well, you know what? If there was going to be one, it would probably be Jewish. Like, there's J-Date, right?
Yeah.
Because that's like one of the...
Oh, no, I don't think this is... No. No. You search that, and it's like, oh...
Yeah, this
Christian
is
blogger is caught on Grindr. Ex-gay Christian blogger.
That's just Grindr.
Man accused of killing two men after meeting them on Grindr.
You know what? Actually, I just realized Grindr is the religious gay dating app. That's where they are. It really is.
Isn't it fun?
I have seen that too. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Like, how many people who live, like, double lives on there?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'd say about half of the profiles are blank.
Yes.
Like, they don't have a picture. So you get a lot of that.
That's what it's kind of like on Seeking Arrangements, too.
Can you imagine?
Is that like a Craigslist?
That's like, no, that's like a sugar daddy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you imagine the amount of, like, mudslinging there's going to be for the 2022, like, Republican nominee, like, or primary?
Yeah. There's a huge, like...
It's going to be a fucking slugfest between, like, a bunch of just fascist dudes and maybe Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Are they all just
Yeah.
going to come out swinging at each other?
Well, here's the thing. Trump kind of was so successful in that primary because everyone actually hates Republicans. They don't realize it. Mm-hmm. And that primary, I mean, I didn't like his election, but the Republican primary was one of the most fun moments of my life.
Yeah.
Just watching Trump just bash the shit out of these losers like Jeb Bush.
Ted Cruz, like...
But what Trump did is he actually didn't attack them up front ever. Mm-hmm. They would go after him because they were so intimidated by him and insecure. Yeah, and he would just hit back.
Yeah, and the whole debates thus became about him.
Yeah. Yes, he was the center of attention because everyone was just like talking about how rude he was or whatever. But what I think Trump, is sort of losing his like nonchalance about this. And if someone like DeSantis really wants to win, the strategy that's going to work is not going after Trump. Right. And trying to be like, no, listen, I love Trump and I support everything he does. Yeah. I'm just the next step. Yeah. And Trump is so fucking jealous of DeSantis because DeSantis straight up has ripped off Trump's whole thing.
Yeah. He's repackaged it. And
I could see a debate like Trump losing his cool.
DeSantis also is capable of having more evangelical support than Trump, probably.
Yeah.
Yes. And DeSantis, if anyone like that has...
fucking scary.
Yeah. I don't think it's... Hey, look, I've been saying for years that we need to have a man of God in the fucking... just a man of God.
I think we need a woman.
We need a woman of God to be a supportive wife to the president. Yes, honey. Yeah.
We need to bring a good first lady back in there. You know what I'm saying?
You can tell
someone
when there's
with
not a good
moral
woman.
Values.
You can tell when there's not a good woman in the home.
Making that Sunday pot roast for everyone.
It hasn't been the same since Melania left.
Ugh, we miss you, darling. World ain't the same without you. We ain't got nobody to look up to now.
We got to do our advertisements right now, by the way. We are selling cheese packets. We're selling cheese packets. You just heat them up with anything. You can heat them in a spoon.
Dude, that's one of the funniest things about, like, I think Biden is actually starting to figure out that, like, you're not going to get people to respect you by taking the high road or whatever, and he's starting to just... Because what Biden's really good at is being an asshole.
Yeah.
And he's starting to realize that, like, he can actually have more success by being an asshole to Republicans than being the middle guy, which he's never done before. Because if you look at someone like Michelle Obama, like, she was nothing but, like, the classiest high road. Like, she coined that term, like, when they go low, we go high. And in response, they spread rumors that she was a trans woman. Like, and as if it was, like, some... Like, that would be a problem, you know?
Yeah.
Like, she was, like, you know...
Yeah.
So, like, that's really what taking the high road gets you. It's so funny.
Yeah. Kind of crazy.
Indeed.
I'll take the high road.
I do not.
Who else are we checking
JK, I'm a petty ass bitch.
I mean, I'm not, like, proud of it, but I just, I'm not good at being... I'm not graceful, you could say.
Yeah.
In many ways.
We're working through it. Is that Whataburger? I haven't been yet.
Yeah, I just had it for the first time today. It's good. It's like,
I've had it before, but not the KC ones.
It's, I mean, it's like a burger place. It's like
Are the burgers big?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're almost like Sonic burgers.
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
How were the fries?
Fries were dope.
Better than... Like, what would you rate them?
If you had Freddy's...
Yeah.
They're like those really skinny fries. So...
Are they salty?
They were very salty.
Yeah. Were they crispy?
Yeah.
Or, like, the perfect wangy?
They were good.
How do you feel about McDonald's French fries?
I mean, you gotta eat them instantly. They're sort of not consistent, but when they're good, they're amazing.
Okay.
I don't really eat a lot of fast food just because I feel like for what it is, it's expensive for what it is. You know,
it's like fucking $20 now to get a meal.
Yeah.
I don't eat that
And
much
you have to eat it
either.
so instantly. You have
Yeah.
to eat it while driving, and you know.
When I like know so many people that just like DoorDash, like fast food,
you get it
and
like
I'm like,
90 minutes later.
what? Like, that's fucking disgusting.
Well, they're probably not able to drive because they might be inebriated. I think is a lot of
No.
that. Really? No.
No,
Why aren't they just driving?
That's the world we live in. Why would they leave when someone could bring it to them?
Yeah. I guess being a delivery driver, I never ordered delivery.
I never order delivery. We'll do pizza.
Because, like, a delivery... like, a pizza is a good...
There's certain things you can get delivered, I think.
But a delivery time is, like, 45 to 60 minutes, and a pickup order is, like... 15. And if you get there in 10, it's probably ready.
Yeah.
So...
I strongly believe that. And you can
And the
smoke a
difference
cig
between those, that
or in a
45-minute
jet.
window, is not... It's not taking longer to cook. It's just 45 minutes it's
Of
been in
sitting.
a box.
Yeah. So gross.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Mike Pence has a new book coming out called So Help Me God
Okay.
on November 15th.
I can't fucking wait.
Do we know what he's getting into?
Hey Siri, add a reminder.
So... Yeah, there's
I had
no...
to make sure she didn't
it's-
do anything.
It looks like... Oh, it's his autobiography. He's that's something one does at the end of their life. Right? I guess politicians write their autobiography like 7 times.
Before they run
Yeah.
for president. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's probably thinking to run as, like, I'm Trump, but January 6th or what, like...
When does Art of the Deal 2 come out?
Is that a thing?
I'm curious what the number 560 means.
So when I was a kid, my parents got into several, New York Times best-selling
Can I try these
books. One was called, Christian literature. One was called Wild at Heart. This would be a good thing to look up.
It's a great Lana Del Rey song. She probably was inspired by the book.
So, Wild at Heart, my dad got into it and it changed him. Like, all of a sudden, he was like, it showed a perspective of Jesus that was like a man or whatever, like a alpha man. So,
Which he was.
this is from
I feel like
Wikipedia.
I've seen this.
Wild
book.
at Heart, Discovering a Secret of a Man's Soul is a book by John Eldridge published in 2001 on the subject of the role of masculinity in contemporary evangelical Christian culture and doctrine. From back to cover, in Wild at Heart, John Eldridge invites men to recover their masculine heart defined in the image of a passionate God. The book has been received favorably by many, including Chuck Swindoll, who
Chuck Swindoll!
Wait, who's that?
Chuck Swindoll!
Yeah, I didn't realize you were... I thought you knew who that was. Okay, so listen to what he said about it. Okay, so he didn't say... He just said he liked it. Hang on. Let's look
His name might as well be James Conman.
Charles Roselle Swindoll is... is an evangelical Christian pastor.
That's like the guy, like the super church guy named Creflo Dollar, and he just was fleecing his congregation for money, and his name was had the word dollar in it.
Chuck
Fucking love that. We should read it.
Eldridge. Okay, so this is about the book. Eldridge claims that men are bored, they fear risk, they refuse to pay attention to their deepest desires. He challenges Christian men to return to what he characterizes as authentic masculinity without resorting to a macho man mentality. Men often seek validation in venues such as work or in the conquest of women, Eldridge observes. He urges men to take time out and come to grips with the desires of their hearts. Eldridge frames the book around his outdoor experiences and anecdotes about his family and references elements of pop culture such as the film Braveheart and lyrics from well-known songs. This is really fun. They break down like the movement 1 is reflecting God in the masculine question. This is sounding so fucking like early Hitler. The masculine question. Movement 2, the poser, the wound, and the healing. And movement 3, the core desires of a man's heart.
I gotta be
which are battle, adventure, and beauty.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, as bad as this sounds, like, I think this is probably better advice for men than what they're currently getting in the form of, like, Andrew Tate. Because it
sounds like kind of like what Jordan Peterson does.
Yes, yeah. It's like traditional conservative.
Jordan Peterson is smarter though about like not saying anything, like not openly thinking that he's a sexist or anything like that. Like he doesn't think he's a misogynist.
Yeah.
Or whatever, but it's packaged.
And like, his opinions of women as a whole are just based off of his experience with his own wife, like.
Well, and his experiences with therapy, like he's a therapist or whatever. And I'm not like, I don't know if the sexism is the problem with him. Like I said that, I don't know that he is a sexist exactly. He is he's a moron. He's a fucking moron. I don't think that he knows. I think that he has figured out that he can monetize political outrage, but it's a world that he doesn't understand.
Well, like many kind of conservative types, Jordan Peterson is ultimately a giant pussy. In that, like, it would be fine if he had certain beliefs, like traditional conservative sort of beliefs about family or whatever, and that's what he advocated for, whatever. But when he does believe something and his fans don't like it, like he believes the election was fair and Biden won fair and square, and Trump was basically being a giant baby, and he's expressed that, and his fans hated it.
Yeah,
and then he it's very clear.
Overcorrects.
It's very clear that he did this, like, I hate this fat swimsuit cover because he was trying to overcompensate for his fans not liking that he isn't, a complete sycophant to Trump, and I just don't respect that. And it's very transparent and sad and lazy. So
yeah,
he's like, he is the Daily Wire now. Like, like I was thinking about like trying to or mentioning something about Daily Wire because Daily Wire is something that my sister loves.
The thing that's so weird, and it's actually have you watched much of Andrew Tate shit?
I don't know anything about him besides I've been told he's an asshole.
He's an asshole, and I think a lot of it's like he's hamming it up or whatever as a performance, but it doesn't really matter to me. That doesn't make a difference.
Go down. Are they pissed about this?
James Madison's flute.
Are they pissed about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking Abby Shapiro. We're not members. Can we get a Daily Wire subscription for this?
I'm not paying for that.
No. How old is that girl?
Who the fuck knows? Abby Shapiro.
She
is responsible for exposing or resurfacing Nancy Reagan into popular culture as the throat goat.
Yeah.
Abby Shapiro. What were we wanting to know about her?
I just wanted to know how old she was.
No. Yeah, she looks older there.
Just put age behind her name.
Age.
Oh, she's my age.
Yeah.
I am 6 days older than her.
Yeah.
And I am so much fucking cooler than her.
Your birthday's coming up. Keith, your birthday is in late December?
Late January.
Late
Wait,
January.
so what are you then?
30th. Like sign?
Yeah.
Aquarius.
Aquarius, yeah. Then we would get along. I love Aquarius.
Dude, now that you
My
live in
husband's an
Kansas
Aquarius,
City,
too.
we gotta
Really?
we gotta do a joint
Oh,
birthday
so then,
bash.
yeah, you guys get along splendidly then.
Yeah, or we like get into like arguments about like
Or you butt heads.
I think we both kind of fit that like stereotypical Aquarius thing where we'll agree on something completely, but just like, no, I like the way I worded it better, you know, like
yeah.
just being annoying, I guess.
Yeah.
Have we talked about Matt Walsh at all?
I talked to you about it. Like he did a documentary about like detransitioning or something, right?
So he's an American commentator.
Right-wing
Movies.
too.
What is a woman?
Yeah,
he's a generic
Daily
brand.
Wire is-
generic brand Ben Shapiro.
Daily Wire is basically they're starting to produce all sorts of content, like from movies.
They literally have a thing called "What is a Woman?"
Yeah. It says okay. So
That the host is a guy.
yeah. I can show you the.
How are like?
You want to watch the
I just-
trailer for it?
How?
trailer.
Yeah. How do those women like?
It'll make you throw up for sure.
Wait.
Daily.
I would never listen to a man tell me how to be a woman.
It's the type of he's talking about trans people.
I know, but
It's the type of thing that like trans people do a disservice to themselves of even.
Did you tell me that?
Sorry.
Well, I just want to say like this is a huge disservice that like trans people on trans Twitter sort of invite stupid right-wing debate people to debate with them what woman means when it doesn't really matter. Like, does it matter like that trans people should be treated with dignity whether or not they're a woman or whatever?
Yeah.
Right.
It's sort of like the is being gay a choice. It's like, well, it actually doesn't fucking matter. Fuck
Yeah.
you. It could be. Fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it
That's a
doesn't.
good point.
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
It does not matter, and this is exactly it's feeding into the culture war shit that
yeah.
when we could actually talk about like universal healthcare would really help trans people, you know.
Yeah.
Instead, we're talking about
And
definitions.
probably really helped all those right wing, you know,
And instead we're having like
crazy people that have no
philosophical
fucking-
debates about like what is consciousness, what is
Yeah.
a woman. It's like
Yeah, the women's march. You must have some idea. Please, if one person can tell me what a woman is.
You're not here for women! We ask you to leave!
What is that? I'm a husband. I'm a father of 4. I host a talk show. I give speeches. I write books. I like to make sense of things. A woman is not anything in particular.
There is not one particular thing.
It could be many things to many people.
Some women have penises, right? Some men have vaginas.
I like scented candles. And I've watched Sex and the City.
Yeah,
How do I know if I'm a woman?
that's a great question.
You're not a scientist. You're not a gender studies major.
No,
How do you know that you're a man?
I guess because I got a dick.
Can a man become a woman?
I'm not a woman, so I can't really answer that.
Women only know what women are.
Are you a cat?
No,
Can you tell me what a cat is? You want to tell us what a woman is?
No safe
I'm a biological
spaces.
woman that medically transitioned to appear like a male. I will never be a man.
So they go on the internet and they're told that all their problems will be solved if they become a man.
So you worry
well, this is sort of
social
I guess
contagion
what's
element
if
of
you want to
this.
pause it real quick,
Yeah.
like what he's doing is sort of clever because he's presenting this trans man as like, well, this is a reasonable trans person, but actually that opinion that person just stated is actually what all trans people know. That's why they're transitioning, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're actively like taking medicine and like spending a bunch of money on procedures because they're aware of this. So
Yeah.
he's presenting it as like did you know that actually you were born with different like sex or
Right,
whatever?
yeah.
It's like, yeah, everyone fucking knows that.
Right.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so
and why do
stupid.
we need to get to the
It's
anyway.
why they're transitioning.
Yeah.
I don't even want to watch the whole trailer.
Yeah.
Like it's a big fucking waste of
But
time.
it's also
Yeah.
what also I think is so funny about that debate is like my entire life, all I saw were slogans and T-shirts of like "real men drive Ford,"
Yeah.
"real men fucking wear pink," and like
Yeah.
stupid shit like that. Where it's like, who cares?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Literally.
Yep.
You know, if we could just fucking get past it, the things we could accomplish.
If we just I think we should just sort of ignore culture war shit. Like,
Yeah.
in your mind, you can think of trans people as whatever you want. Like, I think that they should, be able to be
Just
in society and not treated poorly or whatever. Like,
treat everyone good.
you can think of them as not real women or not
Yeah.
real men. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, I think they should probably, like, I don't know, like, be able to afford their medication, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Or not get fired.
Yeah.
Have you heard about
Absolutely.
Father Stew? Like the Mark Wahlberg Catholic movie?
No.
We should watch this trailer.
Why haven't we watched this? Based on a true story.
He should get a biopic. You ever thought about that? A Mark Wahlberg biopic where it kind of shows his perspective on why.
Where he murdered that Vietnamese guy?
Yeah.
Your son is about to make a huge mistake.
I'm gonna be a priest.
We're not waiting.
I'll pray for you, Bill.
I'm gonna be a priest.
Violate my rights of men going round.
Johnny Cash.
All be wrong.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Everybody won't be treated all the same. There's no
Johnny Cash is one of those guys who was like a badass. His music's great, but also
sees the function.
Is there anything it doesn't mess
like
with?
not a. He's a fuckhead.
I'm
Like
trying to be a priest.
I can never think of Johnny Cash without thinking about Walk Hard. That movie
I
is
love
so-
Johnny
that
Cash.
movie
We
rules.
should
Yeah, we're over
Dude,
it.
fucking
Johnny
Oh,
Cash is-
Mel Gibson.
yeah, Mel Gibson, he's perfect.
Fuck.
Yeah. Well, Mel Gibson, you know his whole thing. Like, he's Catholic, but he thinks that it's become like a liberal. Like, he thinks they've gone like way too far, like liberal.
Yeah.
Like, my grandma belongs to this sort of sect. I mean, they're kind of just like Catholic fascists a little bit, but like they don't like that Mass isn't in Latin, and like even things like that. Like,
Oh my god.
they're like real hardcore about.
That's Mel Gibson?
Yeah. So there was something called like Vatican II where they did like reforms in the Catholic Church to try and
That's
modernize
perfect.
it.
Thank
And
you.
they think that is like, they basically think the entire Catholic Church since then has been like heretical.
I love living in my little bubble.
Yeah. Which obviously, compared to any other religion, like Catholicism still doesn't allow divorce. Like it's,
Yeah.
it like, but they think of it as like still too like radical left. The radical leftist Catholic Church.
Oh, one of those. Some of those people.
Yeah.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Have you ever listened to his voicemails to his ex-wife, Mel Gibson? Left?
No.
I can't repeat them. I can't even start to repeat them. They're
Can we play them?
wild. Yeah, probably. Do you remember Alec Baldwin left like his daughter a voicemail,
No.
and he called her like a selfish little pig or something? So that was a big scandal. His voicemails compared to Mel Gibson's to his ex-wife were like a 1 out of 10.
Wait, all right. What should I search?
Mel Gibson's voicemails to ex-wife.
On YouTube.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, if they're allowed on there, I suppose. I don't know.
Mel Gibson drunk arrest.
Yeah, well, that was when he went on the anti-Semitic rant.
Yeah. Racist phone call or
Yeah.
rants continue.
No, you do the racist phone call.
Sick.
You might
On July 9, 2010, Radar Online.
God damn it.
God fucking damn it.
You can't just like watch a clip anymore.
No.
Like someone's like has
Take
to
on
introduce it. I guess that's what we're doing, but whatever.
Well, we're doing it better.
Yeah. You have to watch the Young Turks commentate on it.
You guys want to listen to Jeffrey Dahmer a little bit?
Hey,
Wait.
play it.
What?
Just skip forward a little bit.
Tom released a recording of a phone.
I don't walk around in tight clothes. I stay out for most of
Wait, Aaron.
You look like a fucking bitch, honey. And if you get raped by a pack of it'll be your fault. Alright? Because you provoked it. You are provocatively dressed all the time with your fake boobs. You feel you have to show off. I don't like it. I don't want that woman. I don't want you. I don't believe you anymore. I don't trust you. I don't love you.
Regarding the woman who works at Grigorieva's house, Gibson said the following.
I will fire if she is at your house. I will make it known and fire her.
Fine.
I'll report her to the fucking people that take fucking money from the okay?
Gibson also alluded to the use of physical violence.
You need a fucking pat in the side of the head. Alright?
Near the end of the recording, Gibson made further reference to violence.
I'm telling you, I'll put you in a fucking... You understand that? Because I'm capable of it.
If it's not picking up the audio to everyone watching, there's a great actually BuzzFeed has I think it's BuzzFeed, they have like quotes from this voicemail over like images of kittens. So like it's those quotes we just listened to. Wait, you should pause this real quick.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
You don't know about him?
No.
Well, yeah, he's like crazy as
You
shit.
know Jim Caviezel?
No.
Oh, he's good too. All right.
What happened to Mel Gibson? I mean, Braveheart. I mean...
Yeah.
You know about
No,
Jim
I mean,
Caviezel?
actually, I do think Mel Gibson's a talented filmmaker.
So Jim Caviezel is also
He's
a
just
Catholic.
crazy.
When did that happen?
I think he's pretty much always been like that, yeah.
Oh my god.
But guys like that tend to get worse as they get older.
Yeah, I
Like when
feel
they're
like...
like a young and hot, things kind of go better for them. But as their alcoholism advances,
Oh, he's an alcoholic?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. But also, like, extremely religious?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, and as Catholics, you can be both.
Yes.
Of man on earth, or will sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness. What can Americans learn from Ronald Reagan? What are your thoughts on that at this moment in time?
Yes, that's right. He said that, and he said now let's set the record straight. There's no argument over the choice between peace and war. But there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second. Surrender. Admittedly, there's a risk in any course we follow other than this, but every lesson in history tells us that the greater risk lies in appeasement. And this is a specter our well-meaning Christian liberal friends, our priests, bishops, and pastors refuse to face. That their policy of accommodation is appeasement. And it gives us no choice between peace and...
This is what I was talking about, like the Catholic sect that like thinks like Pope John Paul II was a radical liberal.
Oh, yeah.
He played Jesus in The Passion. I don't know if you...
Oh, okay.
My grandmother like had a huge schoolgirl crush on Jim Caviezel. It was sort of like how like teen girls have like posters of him.
Yeah.
She loved him.
That's like a very common thing, like...
He's a fucking maniac.
Of older women.
Have you ever listened to the QAnon Anonymous?
I knew a few women
Shout out,
like
by the way, to
him.
QAnon Anonymous.
Wasn't Jim Caviezel somehow involved?
In Q? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's been a purveyor of it. Or, I don't know if he still is, but he was for a long time. He's also just, like, there's a lot of stories about him saying and doing fucking insane things and putting people's lives at risk on movie sets and stuff. And apparently, Also, just an extremely low IQ person.
Mm-hmm.
Disassociated a little bit.
Jim Caviezel. He's also on the
Jim Caviezel.
Hallowed app.
Jim Caviezel. Look at you, little weasel. Jim Caviezel.
You know Jim Baker?
No.
Jim and Tammy Faye?
Oh, I know I know.
They sell the end of the world buckets, like they're 10-gallon buckets filled with mac and cheese.
Here's a recent video.
Elisha had an ambition for Elijah's.
That's him.
Mm-hmm.
Now.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us what that meant? What a little more about that?
He's in Branson, Missouri.
Where's Tammy? Is that her?
No.
Oh.
Well, they got divorced.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
the new Tammy.
Elisha had not been to Oxford.
So wait, what's her name?
Look at this wrinkly ass, turtle ass motherfucker. All I can see is a turtle. Snapper.
So wait, can you pause it real quick? So the new Tammy Faye, I forget her name, but her whole thing is she does she's sort of she just sort of sits there and just does yes,
Yeah.
yeah, it's nonstop, and it's actually hilarious because throughout the entire 90-minute broadcast, she's just yes, yeah.
Oh God.
But her whole story is she didn't used to be religious, and she had 5 abortions. So she talks about that all the time. So she's like, my 5 beautiful children who are now in heaven because I got them aborted. She starts the sentence off talking about her children, and it's who I aborted.
I wonder if we could watch.
Jim and Lori.
Yeah, Lori, yeah.
Lori Baker.
Lori Faye.
Lori.
Yeah, and she looks just like a Tammy Faye knockoff.
Like Lightfoot. Come on. Like the Lightfoot.
Lori Baker.
Oh, fuck.
Abortion.
She got a wig. We got wigs. We got bumpets. How old is she?
Do the Vic Burger. It's probably good.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Vic Burger rules.
I can literally remember the Holy Spirit hovering over me in drug houses and in places where I shouldn't have been, in nightclubs, and I could feel the Holy Spirit hovering over me, hovering. God was, the Holy Spirit's a hound dog. He goes after those. He goes after those that He has called and chosen. And yet,
This is the type of woman that my mom, when I was a kid, she would see women like this and be like,
yeah,
that's what I need.
Worship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, and know what is sort of hilarious about her whole story? She had 5 abortions before the age of 19 or something like that.
Fuck, damn, bitch.
Even taking religion and all that out of it, you didn't get to the 4th abortion and consider new methods.
Yeah,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
Isn't that extremely expensive?
I mean, typically, after the first, second,
and how fertile
people are like, oh fuck.
Yeah, how. I don't know. It's just
yeah, blow it up.
My mom was into this lady named Beth Moore, who was also, I can't remember what her shtick was. Maybe she might have been involved in let's see what she's been up to lately. Actually,
I remember her being a little less cartoonish than Jim and Lori.
Mm-hmm. Do this. What is faith? Quick word with her.
faith is a shield.
my mom. Okay, so I called out my mom. I was like, Mom, have you noticed that you've been looking a lot more like Beth Moore? Which is, she's this televangelist. I don't know what her thing is exactly. I think she preaches that women can rise to the top almost as high as a man. She's a
we can be right up there under
which
them,
makes
ladies.
Which makes you a progressive Baptist.
Yeah, she's like a feminist, but she's like,
we are the support
behind
under
every
them.
strong man is a woman.
Yeah.
He couldn't be there without that woman picking up after him.
Yeah,
making him dinner.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's not an easy job.
My mom loved it, but my mom is also in charge of my dad. You know.
Yeah. Which, by the way, way harder job.
Mm-hmm.
Going to like an office is way easier than being in charge of dinner and laundry and paying, like, tracking down every medical bill.
Oh, yeah.
You know, probably what led to the feminist movement to begin with, you might say.
Aaron.
But now they just do both.
When faith is a shield for us and can extinguish every flaming dart of the evil one.
Every sentence she says sounds like she's going somewhere else. Like
yeah.
flaming. She started out with like, we have a chronic resistance. Like I really thought she was going to say insulin.
This is a great outfit.
With which you can.
With which you can.
Darts of the evil one. Every single last one of them. What kind of faith is that?
I want to hear the plugs. Is kind of what I want. You know, what's the shtick?
What is your shield to get in behind Jesus? And go, I want to go where you're going. I don't want to go anywhere but where you're going.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
I wonder how the.
I don't want to go anywhere where you're going. With which, with they, and within.
Shield of faith.
I actually think I would probably be really, if I could like bring myself to morally, which I probably could. I think I'd be good at this sort of thing, like, because they're so cartoonish and over the top, you know.
I always kind of thought that when I was a kid, I was like, "Ooh, that could be fun."
You gotta grab the spirit by the balls and fucking jerk its dick off.
You want to hear Sean Hannity on waterboarding? You remember that?
No. Oh my god. Yeah, well, of course
he agrees to get that
No,
one?
that's from the fucking Young Turks.
I don't know
God,
what that is.
I hate the Young Turks. And I hate David Pakman so much. Like, David Pakman's takes are at least like maybe better.
Well, the thing is, the Young Turks, I probably agree with them a lot, like policy wise, but aesthetically, it's just so.
Dude, it's for the most annoying progressives in the world.
Well, okay, let's see it.
It's such a performance. It's like self-righteous.
Sean Hannity. He had Charles Grodin on the show the other day, and it was a fascinating interview because if they're kidding around the whole time, but Grodin's saying pretty tough things against Hannity. Later, he calls him fascist over and over again, and Hannity begins to lose a smile. He's like, have you ever been waterboarded?
Lee North has, and I talked to him about it.
Yeah. Would you consent to be waterboarded so we can get the truth out of you?
Yeah, dude. Actually, you know what? I was a big Christopher Hitchens fan. Respect to him. He actually went and did it because someone like similar situations like, would you? And he's like, I guess I should. And then he was like, it was the most horrible thing. It's totally torture.
Yeah.
No one should ever have to go through it. Which is respectable because most people are like Sean Hannity, like, yeah, I don't care, I'll fucking get waterboarded.
I'm not gonna do it. I dare you. Dare me to do it.
Well,
That's
that was
fucking
the
funny.
official position of Fox News, was just like, torture doesn't fucking exist.
Yeah.
And if it did, we're fine to do it.
Well, yeah, that's like the thing that, like, it was probably one of the few redeeming qualities of John McCain. Like, he was horrible, but that's the only thing he understood.
They can't wrap their brains around the fact that it is torture either, because they always, well, no matter what, they'll maybe believe on some level, no matter what, torture's bad. But if you show them that torture is happening, they immediately say, well, what did those guys do?
Yeah. Well, it's no different than the logic of George Floyd, where they're like, He had like overdue library books or whatever, you know, like
Right.
whatever.
As if that changes fucking anything.
Yeah.
He wasn't that good of a guy. So,
and
fucking idiots.
And you can't be like a dick and say like if it's someone you know, you can't be like, by the way, you're not that good of a guy and we both know it, you know? That's the kind of thing that someone's like, why are you such an asshole? You just can't go there.
You know who I want to check in on?
Who?
Let me Google it.
Okay.
Can you close your eyes?
Yeah.
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Ah, yes. Thank you, Olivia, for your contribution.
Catch him! Catch him, Denny! Denny, catch him! Where's it back? Get it back! Get it back! Get it back out of the house! Mom, will you get out? Denny, will you catch him? Oh!
Is that Irish?
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh! Huh?
Huh?
Jesus, Newt. Catch him, Denny. Catch him.
What a terrible, just.
Catch him, Denny. Finger toe, that's it.
What a terrible continent, Europe.
Oh! God, Denny! Oh! Marie, will you stop looking in the door?
Speaking of
Catch him, Denny! Catch him!
Speaking of England, I'm having fish and chips for dinner.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
That sounds amazing.
Fish and fucking chips.
Wait.
Oh!
Nearly got him.
No, he's still flying around the place. Quick. Oh!
British people, I mean, they suck in so many ways, but fish and chips, they got one thing right.
Keith, have you given any more thought to my idea for you to run a meme page called Gays for Hillary?
You're making a mockery out of
I
you.
really need to.
That's it. You're tiring him out.
He's gonna start a meme page called Gays for Hillary.
It's like McGregor. He's got no legs left.
All right, enough.
But
Mom, the dog's pissing. The dog's pissing on the floor. How can you blame him? Okay, sorry. What?
Yeah, gays for Hillary.
Gays for Hillary?
Yeah.
Can we stop? Like, can we just stop?
Who's the new, like, Italian prime minister? Like, that far right?
Does everyone not realize, like, she's evil at this point?
You know what? No. They don't.
How do we... Like, can we all just wake up?
They literally... If you talk to Hillary people, anything negative you bring up, or, like, outright corruption you bring up to them, they'll do whataboutism with Trump or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like trying to point out how Trump has been dishonest.
I'm just like,
not
you can like someone else.
Well, that's the whole thing. You can talk to Trump people and they'll say, yeah, he's done some things I don't agree with, but he's not Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
They feed off of each other.
Yeah.
That's our whole political system, essentially.
I think, do you think it would be possible that a war starts? Like a civil war?
No.
No.
Because Americans, if a civil war started, where would everyone get their insulin? They would all die. Americans are way too fat and fucking lazy.
Yeah, but I feel like, I mean, well, like, just politics have just become so, I mean, like, you know, like we've just said, it's like so extreme,
but
one or the other.
Really, I mean,
so, like, is it just going to just keep getting
happen,
worse?
But, like, people are going to have to stop watching Netflix and, like, I mean, truly, like...
Oh, we're too lazy. Yeah.
We're all too lazy.
Yeah.
And also, what people don't think about, in real Civil War, not only will there not be, like, a new Stranger Things or whatever, and obviously, like, anyone who's, like, you know, on a regular medication will probably die, right? Because supply lines are going to break down.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing good would come of it. You know.
Yeah.
Every woman you know would get raped, certainly. So, you know, probably probably best if we don't go down that road.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna happen because like everyone here is a big pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like
Pretty much.
especially like, you know, cops and stuff, like they're actually giant vaginas.
Yeah, they are. Fucking Officer Lloyd. Fuck you, bitch.
Do you know the story of Carl Lentz, the Beavers pastor? So I saw him speak a few years ago at
on a date.
On a date, I was dating a Christian broad, and I was trying to show my dedication to the cause. So, and by the way, when I say dedication to the cause, I mean a church that was actually called the Cause. It was an affiliate of Hillsong. It became Hillsong, and then I don't believe that it's that way anymore. But this is the guy. I saw him speak.
Well, he had a huge scandal for cheating on his wife.
Yeah, he's...
Yeah, go to that photo of him with, like, his
disgusting.
dick out. Go down a little bit. Yeah, like, he's just full on, like, showing the top of his dick.
Bieber caught on camera accidentally hitting a photographer. Hills Wednesday night, swarmed by paparazzi. As he pulled off in his black truck, this happened.
You know what? I'm totally on Justin Bieber's side here.
Oh my god! They're like taking pictures. They're like, this is gold! That guy took one for
What
the
a
team.
stupid, like, paparazzi thing of, like, we're
What did he say?
Hour before my birthday hits. Isn't that something? He's a good kid, though.
This week after canceling this concert tour, with speculation rampant that Bieber wants to focus on his spirituality.
Literally getting touched. What?
That's such a funny sentence.
Ah.
Rumors rampant that he wants to focus on his spirituality.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, the idea of, like, the paparazzi trying to catch him at church, like, leaving church.
Right.
Like, it makes sense that they're trying to catch Britney Spears, like, on a drunk bender.
Yeah,
driving around.
Yeah.
You see how this is content for the dumbest people.
How
Also,
valuable
like,
are
it's
paparazzi
from-
photos of church
Oh my
attendance?
god.
Like,
Yeah, like...
this
I guess when you're Justin Bieber. Well, what was going on at that time? Was that like when he was trying to get sober or doing something? 2017?
Justin's
He
always
looks
sort
so
of,
young.
He's always sort of going back between,
Yeah.
he's like reborn or whatever.
Yeah.
Saved every couple of years.
Do you think Jesus would have worn Rick Owens?
Often people ask about that, the fashion stuff, and the only reason why they ask is they're just not used to seeing a church where people look like normal people. So if you come into a church, have regular stuff on.
You heard Rick Owens also talked about this.
Regular. Oh my god. I know some people that are into this.
Yeah, so anyway, I was trying to date a girl who was into this.
She wanted to fuck him so bad.
The girl that I was...
Yeah.
Well, she didn't want to fuck me. I'll tell you that. Never got to that.
So what's his name? Pastor Carl Lentz?
I went to this, and I didn't even...
Get laid.
Yeah, because she wanted to fuck that guy.
Yeah.
He's being, like, forward with his sexuality is the equivalent to, like, if a woman was a pastor and, like, had, like, double F breasts and, like,
Yeah.
had, like, a super tight sweater or something. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
He's wearing, like, the tightest fitting, like, super low V-necks.
Right.
Attractive, racially diverse people, and is a cross between Soul Cycle and karaoke with a band.
Wow.
Ew.
Jesus, I pray that you would do what only you can do.
Carl speaks from a race against modern attention spans. And it's a formula that
Come on.
scales for
So that guy, like, cheated on his wife, I think was a big scandal.
Yeah.
Which, you know.
But I think it was
He's
like
such a douchebag.
Well, I think it was worse than that. Like
it was like an Adam Levine thing where
Yeah.
there's like many people came forward.
You know, I have a friend who's a disgraced pastor who wasn't on that scale, but also was like rich or whatever.
Well,
and he had a fall from grace. But
well,
he
actually,
was, like,
that's sort of an interesting, little known fact. The Catholic priests were, which of course Catholic priests are celibate. They don't have wives. They don't have sex. They're sort of married to the church. Mm-hmm. And then Protestantism.
Do they masturbate?
They're not supposed to.
Do they?
Oh yeah, I mean everyone does.
I
Yeah.
mean they.
Well, they also have sex.
Yeah, I
by the
know.
way. So like, but the Protestant broke with that, and the Protestant, pastors or whatever had wives and whatever too. But actually, the Catholic Church wasn't always structured like that. And there's a couple reasons why they started the celibacy thing for priests. So one of them was if you had like these small European hamlets, you didn't have any connection to the outside world with like celebrities coming through. You didn't have a Justin Bieber doing a concert in Lincolnshire or whatever the fuck. The biggest connection you had to the larger world was a priest.
Yeah.
And they were sort of like a celebrity in town, and they were just like fucking all the women. And another issue, they were like the rock stars, and they were just fucking every wench in the tavern. And then another issue is a lot of them had mistresses or wives, and it was was huge inflation to the cost of the church functioning. It's like you had to support a whole family instead of just like the priests themselves.
And they never updated it.
And so that's when they started asking for money.
The priests need to be celibate now.
Yeah, so it's still. Do you think it's still in place because that principle still applies? Like, it's more expensive to take care of their family?
So, the Catholic Church has a lot of things where it would just be...
Bless you.
It would just be more complex for them to re-explain something to update it for... So they just sort of, like, probably emphasize it less as part of the message and people don't pay attention kind of thing.
Yeah.
But... a lot of Catholic priests are people that go into that because they couldn't function in society otherwise. So obviously a lot of people are aware there's a lot of pedophiles because part of it's probably sincere is that they're like, I'm a pedophile. I should just try and be celibate. Oh, yeah. I could go join this organization where it's like a job being celibate and it doesn't work. But then also like for thousands of years you couldn't be openly gay, and those people also were like, oh, I can just go be a priest and be celibate, and then they're around a lot of other gay priests. They just like probably fucked each other a whole lot. And so it's sort of like a lot of like gay slaves. So a lot of it is they probably a lot of them don't want wives.
Yeah, it's a different world.
Yeah, but it is the one true church. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So where else? What are you gonna go to a fucking Pentecostal church like a psycho?
Right. Pentecostals might be, or like evangelicals. Like there could be some sort of revolution where they take over, like in America, like
Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
Is that what happens in Handmaid's?
So it was crazy. I'm actually not caught up and realized I didn't watch season 4.
Yeah.
So I'm watching season 4, which came out 2021.
I just watched the first season, I think.
Okay, well, season 4, like they just had this crazy episode about abortion, and like they're diving deeper into how Gilead got to Gilead. Mm-hmm. And the ties and connection to today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god.
It's really
I'm not even caught up.
It's really not that far from reality as you think. So like basically the
no.
like the independent variable of the show is because of like environmental factors, fertility rates plummet. And so women that can get and much like they were in the Middle Ages, women are blamed for infertility or, the gender of the baby. And they don't really consider that it's the man's sperm that's impotent or whatever. Right. So women that are able to have children become this like huge, prize thing. And basically they're like, well, we need them to have like 8 kids or else we're going to go extinct. So we'll make them into baby factory slaves.
Yeah.
That's what they do. Like that reminds me of Mad Max.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Wait, did you already say that?
No, but that's basically what's going on there is like a like an anarcho-capitalist dictator.
Mm-hmm. But that's the funny
Crazy.
thing, like, if you ask a libertarian, like a right-wing libertarian, that they don't see it. They're like, I don't see the correlation between whatever.
Right-wing libertarians, I mean, I talk about this, I think I've talked about this before, but what's so fun about them is their whole thing is freedom, but by, like, their, like, extreme commitment to this idea of freedom and the government's always bad, they can get to the most horrific, like, inhuman things. I mean, I'm also right-wing libertarians are very much drawn to me. I think maybe because I used to smoke weed, they're big fans of that. You might be aware.
Are you talking about like actual like gay people or like
gay people don't really fuck with libertarianism?
Interesting.
But so like right-wing libertarians, pretty much if you just kind of use the Socratic method with them, you can pretty much get them all to agree that slavery is okay. Yeah. Which is sort of a paradox because they're all about freedom and the, freedom, right? But if you prompted them correctly and you say, well, what if like someone like not being coerced signs a contract that they'll be someone else's slave, should that be allowed? And they're like, well, I don't think that the government should ban anything. So basically they're like in favor of indentured servitude or outright chattel slavery done out of necessity, which is like in Roman times someone would have gambling debt and I'll just go be your slave for 10 years because I'll never pay this off. Yeah. So
they don't
they're so pro-freedom that they're pro-slavery.
Yeah. But there's under the libertarian umbrella though, it's different levels of how far they've delved into it. Yeah. Because some of them just think that they're a libertarian because they're like, yeah, I like smoking weed and I think people should be able to, or whatever. But then there's also people that are libertarians that are into authoritarian ideas and huge police force, huge military, like they think that they're libertarians, but they are absolutely not.
Well, there's that Stephen Molyneux guy. Are you familiar?
Who?
He was Stephen Molyneux.
Which one?
He's like a real famous libertarian YouTuber who had a huge following, and he was very extreme. Where he said, if your family's not libertarian, that means they like want you to be enslaved. Basically, like he said, like. He had like a membership to his community and was all online and basically would encourage people that if their family weren't anarcho-capitalist libertarians, it's like your family, like taxation is theft. Your family wants the government to steal from you. They're abusive. You can't talk to your family anymore. So basic cult shit. And people were leaving their families and never talking to them again because their families didn't agree that like, the government shouldn't exist or whatnot. But anyway, this guy was super extreme libertarian, and he's like, borders should not exist. We shouldn't have countries. Borders shouldn't exist. No, government shouldn't exist. And then as soon as Trump, like, got elected or was running for president, he's like, yeah, we got to build that fucking wall. And that's like, that is a libertarian boiled down to their very essence is they are just a fascist who like to talk shit.
Yeah.
The left wing has this too. Like, but
for sure. But left-wing libertarians are cool, though.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
Noam Chomsky types are cool.
Yeah, Noam Chomsky's cool, but Noam Chomsky is like, Noam Chomsky's also like, Biden's better than Trump, which it makes him very unpopular. But I think we've probably talked about this in politics. I think it's pretty important to never like procure a political identity for yourself that makes you so far removed from like what's actually happening in politics that you can just throw up your hands and like, well, I don't even fucking believe in this.
Yeah, that's my
move
like, all the time.
Yeah, I mean, and it is a
Chomsky's different though.
It is a coping mechanism. It really is.
Did you know Chomsky, like, he's a little bit different. Like, he pissed off a lot of his base recently because he was he pissed off a lot of his base because he was using or he supported the like Zelensky in Ukraine. And he's also like, he has said before, like, no, we need to vote for Hillary. Like, despite the fact his whole career he was the type of guy who was like, don't even vote. Like, it doesn't matter.
Well, so I think, I mean, the Zelensky thing is complicated because Putin is so shitty. It's really easy for both sides of that to do whataboutism. Like, Putin recently said he's like, I will fucking nuke the West.
Right.
Over Ukraine, which is horrible and, it's like really scary. But America's done so much fucked up shit with Ukraine and Russia, and our hands are totally dirty. But at the same time, like, at the end of the day, like, why are you, like, don't be the first one to bring up fucking nukes. Fuck you. Like, that's like, if Biden was the first one to like, listen, we're not afraid to nuke Russia if we need to, people, on our side, like the left side that's critical of America, wouldn't be like, well, Putin did this. It's like, Putin's a piece of shit. So I don't know. You can see
of course.
The thing is, I guess what I mean is like, there's a type of political thing that I've been drawn into before, and I think it's really tempting. Where it's like, imagine you're on a road trip with your partner.
Can I have a Diet Coke?
Yeah. It's the middle of the night and you get a flat tire. Or your tire gets blown out. And you're pulled off on the side of the highway. It's dark. You're exhausted. There's cars flying by. You're scared. You're searching through the trunk. Where's this fucking wrench at? And you're like trying, it's not fitting. Okay, we got to get it jacked up. Is the jack in the right place? It's so stressful, right? And then your partner's like, I didn't even want to fucking buy a car. A lot of people, that's their political opinion. Of like, I don't believe in any of this. And it's like, well, isn't that convenient? Because then I'm going to have to be the one to change the tire. And that's like, I think it's very easy to be tempted into that because things are so broken. But it's at the end of the day, you're being an asshole. And just like,
sure,
you need to get this tire changed.
But yeah, you need to get the tire changed, but that doesn't mean that we need to blindly support Chuck Schumer and the fucking
Because
Goon Squad.
Another equivalent to this is, in a primary, you need to check the tread on your tires before you start on your trip.
Right.
And that's something we don't do at all.
Nope.
And I think just everyone in this country's, is guilty of that.
That's why the primaries are the most important.
I am guilty of that in a literal sense too.
I think we all are, and I mean, we're I don't know. Things are broken at all ends, and it's sort of hard to know where to start.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the leftist types online. Like, I had a lot of them as followers that are like, electoral politics is entirely meaningless. That became huge during the George Floyd protests. And they were saying things like, we got more done with these protests than they did in 20 years of electoral politics. And then you fast forward to 2022, we actually just got bigger police budgets.
Yeah.
All those protests, I mean, they did get George Floyd's, one of his murders or whatever, prosecuted. That was a success. But following that, and all the, like,
that was a
shit.
cheap Band-Aid.
It just was like got Democrats to, we need to give police bigger budgets just to prove how not
tough on crime we are.
Yeah, tough on crime we are. What we really fucking need as the left, in all seriousness, we need to be like Mitch McConnell. They weren't up front and like crazy about their abortion bans. They just slowly worked behind the scenes to get shit done.
Yeah.
And like that's what we really need is someone well-meaning people in politics that are wanting to dismantle things that are bad or whatever.
Yeah.
And don't like make a big fuss about it to make yourself a hero of the week on the internet.
Yeah.
Which is something you see of like AOC's doing poorly a lot.
Yeah.
Well, let's wrap up.
All right.
We got anything to plug? We got the shop running. As far
Shopify.
as me and Olivia's thing. Shopify. Go to the Instagram. Go to my link tree. There's images of Polly Walnuts, and Tony Soprano, and Witch, and and Olivia. And a wizard, and I'm gonna do all kinds of fun things. I have fun things coming. I'm a star of a 5-minute short film that's gonna be available to watch soon by my friend Angela. That will be really good. I watched it already. It's pretty sweet. Nice. She's entering it into the Indie Film Channel. I think IFC contest or something.
Hell yeah.
That'll be great. I got shows coming up. We got the Kansas City Comedy Festival. That is less than 2 weeks away. Holy shit. Right? No, it's 2 weeks away. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we did it. This is a bonus episode. It was a very casual one. But
follow me on Yas Capital on Instagram. I think I'm gonna add my Cash App to link in my bio. I'm gonna be one of those people that shamelessly posts my Cash App.
Well,
I did. I put my Venmo on
you can
mine.
afford better costumes for the show.
These aren't costumes.
Yeah. First of all. This is just my new identity.
Yeah.
I'm cowboy.
What the fuck you talking about?
Yeah. I'm drinking.
It's kind of a Woody Allen. Or not Woody Allen, Woody Harrelson.
So funny story.
Whataburger, a Texas establishment. That's why they're so good.
Because of freedom.
Yeah.
What were you saying? I was going to tell a funny story, but then I don't think it's that funny.
Well, so I think we've already done an hour and a half.
Fuck you!
Well, tune in next time to...
Yeah, we'll put that on the Patreon. How long is your story?
I'm not telling it now.
I'm going to go smoke a cigarette.
I'm not telling it. All right, y'all, don't forget to spay and neuter your pets. Bye.
Yeah.